guys, so I have finally decided what I wanted to do for my 2018 planning system, and for me, I finally decided to go back to bullet journaling, and I'm really excited about it. And so I thought I would just show you guys what I have set up so far in my bullet journal. And of course, I wanted to show you first like the things that I am currently using to set up my bullet journal. So right now I have my zebra mild liner pens. They're like the highlighter marker type things. My washi tape, mostly from Simply Gilded. My Tombow Mono permanent adhesive roller. I don't have the applicator with me because I accidentally left it in my dorm room when I was packing everything to go home. My current two favorite black pens, actually, the Pilot G-Tech C4 as well as the .38 millimeter Muji retractable black gel ink pen. And then these Hoo Hero fine liners that were featured in like a stationery video, as well as this like little like stainless steel Westcott ruler. In addition to that, I have sort of used a little bit of my Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners. Some of them have run out of ink at this point, and I don't use them all the time. It's just like I used a couple of accent colors here and there. But other than that, that's really all I used, in addition to the sticky notes and stickers and those sorts of things. So I'm super excited to show you that I'm using this beautiful notebook. It's from the brand Daycraft, and it has these like teal lined pages and a lime green cover. Since the cover is kind of plain, I'm planning on sticking like lots of like stickers on this, probably from Redbubble. I have an order that's coming in because I have stickers that cover like my water bottle and my laptop. It just is sort of like a trend right now with girls that are from the college that I go to, and so I really like that. I might decorate the cover of this in a live stream, hopefully as soon as I get back from vacation. So I just want to sort of get into the actual setup of my bullet journal. Okay, I'm just gonna move this stuff out of the way. Alright, so when you open it up, we have this like really beautiful teal green that matches the edges of the pages. Then I never really use the first page of a notebook because it feels really like weird with the binding, and I'd rather have a fresh start of a 2-page spread. So here I just have a cover page, or I guess a cover spread because it's 2 pages, but everything that is stuck onto this page, whether it is stickers or the sticky notes, are all from the Target Dollar Spot. It was like in this one collection that they had over the summer, and I just bought like 2 or 3 things from it, except for this washi tape here, which is from Simply Gilded. So I just did a 2018 thing, just a little like, not really my New Year's resolutions because I have that in a separate spread, but just things of like making 2018 a year of intent, a year of memory logging, a year of good friends, good food, and good like in general. So just like a sort of happy thing for me to just turn right into my notebook with. And then what I've decided to do is just flat out create weekly spreads for my entire spring semester. And the reason I decided to do this is because I originally wasn't really using the bullet journal system when I was in my first semester of college, and I really wanted to have a weekly overview that I could fully use, because the only times I really used my planner during my college time, I guess, was using the weekly spreads in my Hobonichi Cousin, which I'm going to grab real fast. Alright, so I have my Hobonichi here, and so I have like these daily spreads, and these were all in the summer, and I didn't really use it. As soon as like school started, I all of a sudden just like flat out stopped. I like used it occasionally, not very often. Like I'm skipping way over like very like infrequent would I use this. Like I didn't use it for all of December, all of November, etc., just because I didn't need this much space, I felt like. And so my only planning that was really happening usually was like these types of weekly spreads that the Hobonichi offers. I would also show you guys the monthly spreads, but I have a lot of like super personal like information and dates in the monthly spreads. But even those monthly spreads, I never really went back to reference them ever. And the only thing I really used to the fullest were the weekly spreads, where I could have the timetable along the side of each of the days, and I could write in the assignments that I had at that time, and I could formulate my to-do lists off of this. I found that going on a weekly basis was a lot easier because I don't have like enough space in the little monthly boxes to write everything that I have to do per day, because as you can see here, like every day is super busy. I have a different like schedule, different things going on every single day. And so because that was so different from high school, I wasn't really sure how I wanted to plan out my stuff, because with my bullet journal, I found that I was having problems with finding the time and carving out the time of like a Sunday or a Monday to write out an entire spread and make it for myself for the week, and then like decorate it, make it cute, and make myself happy about it, like because that is a hobby of mine and I enjoy doing that. But I just didn't have the time. So that was a reason I really loved the Hobonichi planner, or really any planner that was already made, because it saves you that time. However, I feel like this planner is really expensive for me only using the one weekly section. I didn't find myself, like, I couldn't justify buying another one for this year because I love these weekly spreads so much, but I couldn't justify myself, like, paying the price for this notebook as well as the shipping from Japan just so I could use this one section, neglecting the monthly sections and the entire daily section, honestly. So I just didn't find that this worked for me as an entire system. And then later on in the semester, I showed you guys the Ashley Shelley planners and what I sort of planned to do with those. But at the same time, I still felt like I wasn't getting that full weekly overview in like a vertical layout, because they were all like horizontal pages. I'll link the video up above for anyone who's interested in sort of seeing how that layout is, because I did like how it had the times and then the tasks for each day. It just wasn't in the layout that I could like visually represent that for myself with. So I finally decided to I sat down and I spent like maybe 2 hours and I made the weekly spreads all the way from the 31st of December all the way through the entire spring semester. So here you can see, like, this is where February starts, and all I've done, I've made it really simple for myself. I just put the date and then the day of the week, and then along the left hand side here I have the timings from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. and that covers really all of my classes, and anything that's at night I'll be able to put like underneath, hopefully. And I've decided to only put the column lines, I guess, for this spread so far. I figure I want to see if I like having these lines or if I'd rather just have no lines, and see how I like the sort of free form planning with this. And I'll just put the lines as I go every week. I figure this way I have the entire like semester already written out. So instead of me using the monthly spreads for my future planning, I can say like, oh, okay, so I know I have that meeting on February 22nd, and so I can just turn to this, write it exactly at what time, and then when I'm planning for the week, I can definitely see that that's already in there. And so since I know the bullet journal is really nice where you can just make your own stuff as you go, you can make the weekly spreads as you go, that wasn't working for me because I just don't have the time, or I didn't like prioritize the time to just make these spreads. Instead, I decided to sit down, and I'm currently on winter holiday break where I no longer have any classes. I don't have anything to focus on besides like relaxing and planning out stuff for next semester and like my YouTube and stuff like that. So I have sat down and I wrote all of this out all the way until May 12th, because I have finals for the first 2 weeks of May, and then I'll be done and my summer will start. So I figure once summer starts, I can decide what I want to do in terms of planning from there. And then I have the entire rest of this bullet journal. Let me show you how much I've used so far of just those weekly spreads like that. That's how much I've used, and this is how much I've left. So I figure that this way I have all of my super serious planning all here with my entire second semester all laid out already, and I can just fill it in as I go. And then here I've decided to start something new for this year. I'm calling it the What Went Well spread, and this is something that I have seen sort of in terms of gratitude logs or memory logs. But I want to instead focus, instead of what I'm thankful for, because I do think about that all the time. Instead, I want to take this space. I've created a monthly spread for the 5 months that these weekly spreads have covered, and I'm just doing a spread. I'm going to write maybe a sentence or two, as much as I can fit in each of these little squares, of what went well for the day, the things that I am happy with, what I succeeded in, maybe a really happy memory, something like that. And I want to sort of do that because I feel like it's a really, really low commitment form of journaling. So I have the entire month of January here. I just filled in the spaces that aren't filled in the calendar layout with these little really, really cute zodiac stickers. I'll link the sticker shop below. And then I have my February one, and I just sort of decided to go with the same exact layout, just with a different color. And so each of these reflect a different mild liner, and then I have different washi tape or things that I filled in. Same thing again for March, and then I have my April one, and then of course May. Ooh, I forgot to fill in with a cute thing. I'm gonna do that as soon as I remember to fill that in. But I am really excited about doing this because I actually took I took a class called Intro to Social Psychology earlier in my fall semester, and one thing that was that was scientifically proven to keep people happier is to write down things that were positive or that went well throughout a day. And so when my professor said that, immediately the first thing I thought about was something that I could totally implement into my bullet journal and have a really cool way of logging the positive things that happen over 5 whole months. So I really, really hope that this works out, because if not, then I've wasted a lot of time making these spreads in advance. But I figure if they're there, I will be way more likely to use them and fill them in than if I was required to sit down at the beginning of every month and write those all out, because it did take a little bit of time, but I'm really, really happy with how it looks. And so then for the rest of my bullet journal, it's just going to be cute spreads and then to-do lists as I decide I need them for a big day or something like that. The first thing I have in here are, of course, my New Year's resolutions. I decided to make this kind of a yellow theme. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 major resolutions that are just more focuses for the year, because it's hard to quantify goals that I have currently, but these are my resolutions to try to focus on and make myself better in these aspects of my life for 2018. And then I have the rest of my journal to sort of do whatever I wish with. And so I definitely plan to make more really cute spreads. And then I think I'm going to do an updated video for you guys on the spreads that I have decided to implement as well, in addition to what I already have set up. So make sure to comment down below if you are interested in seeing that type of video, because I think it would be really helpful to see other ways that I'm tracking different aspects of my life and how I plan on fulfilling my different resolutions and goals for 2018. So I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing my little setup here, and I hope that you have an awesome holiday season and a great 2018, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video soon. Bye guys!